I have a client I'm working with right now, and they're looking for their next house. And it's interesting to watch, and this is no judgment. It's interesting to watch how people act, and in this case, how they continue to move the goalposts. So we wanted to have their home bought and sold by a certain date, and this was last year. We're into early 2025 now, and so they want to buy first rather than get their house listed and sell, because they think in the area where they are, their house is going to sell quick, and that's not wrong. But it's interesting to me because every time they call me, whether it be October or November or December or January, how's the market? The market's great. I think there's a lot of opportunity in these in between times and in between season times where it's either a little cold or a little more snow or a little rainy or whatever. There's just not as many people out there looking. And so I continue to tell them this is actually a good time. And then they'll be, oh, well, we had this pop up at work, or we had this vacation come up. And then they'll ask me a month later, 6 weeks later, how's the market? Should we be doing something? I'm like, yes, you should. And here's the reality at the end of the day. Whenever you decide to do something is the right time for you. It doesn't matter about the market. It doesn't matter about anything else. When it feels right for you and your family, and that is the choice you're going to make, everything will line up. And I know I've said this in other videos, I tend to be a little woo, but visualize your goal, visualize your outcome, sit in silence, ask yourself, when is the right time for me to buy and sell? And I guarantee you, if you can get really quiet and listen, you'll actually get your answer. And so I tend to follow the energy, the synchronicities, things like that a little bit more. And so sometimes it's a bit of a challenge when people are tied up in what's the media saying? What are my neighbors saying? What are my friends saying? What do you say? What does your heart say? What's your mind say? What's your gut tell you? And that's where you got to focus on. So don't worry about everything else. Is just prep work for when you're all those showings, all those everything. That's just prep work for when you're actually going to do something. And so the reality is just do you. Don't worry about any external circumstances. Everything else will fall in line.